Hey everyone, Roldy here. Niantic, obviously, as you already know, did the 30-second timer switch for the April Fool's event. So these are my battles utilizing the 30 switch timer on my Master League team that I've been running now for quite a long time. Same team that's got me to Legend. Got me to Expert today, so we're going to watch two sets, my best sets, and we'll have hopefully, we'll see if we get some commentary from my co host Chingy here. So let's get into these battles right away. Here we have Flying Lotus 74. So first battle is Groudon versus Zekrom. So now this is not as bad. They switch out immediately, actually, which is interesting because that I don't think that's ever happened. As Groudon is technically a Zekrom counter. Groudon does win in the two shields, but they bring out their Giratina altered, which I'm gonna stay in because I don't have a better counter to Giratina. So if in the two shield, 2 to 1 shield, or yeah, 2 to 1 shield, I end up winning. I do switch at this point into my Mewtwo to maybe try to outpace it because I know I'll get to Psy Strike first. They bring their Groudon back in, which again is not a Mewtwo counter, and maybe they, I don't know why they switched out in the beginning, to be honest. But the Groudon matchup is not as terrible now with the 30-second switch timer. That's one of the good things about the 30-second switch timer. It doesn't kind of lock you into these horrible matchups. So that their Groudon goes down because Mewtwo will outpace it. Mewtwo can tank a Fire Punch, no problem. I decide to catch a Rock Slide on my Melmetal. Perfectly timed. A lot of sack swapping in these short timer battles, which I actually enjoy. I think they're a lot of fun. Obviously, it's not as fun when you're getting sack swapped on over and over, but they are a lot of fun. They're a lot faster pace. I think the battles are probably still around the same length total, but there's just a lot more going on. A lot more opportunities to get out of terrible situations. So here I'm going to throw the Crunch at Giratina. Let's see if they decide to shield. They do, and it's a CMP tie, so I'm going to go down here, and maybe I'll come in with Mewtwo and farm. Can I Psycho Cut from here? I don't, so I go into Melmetal. I need to get to, I catch what I hope is a superpower on my Mewtwo. Mewtwo did have a Psy Strike banked, so I would have actually been able to take out the Giratina, and they probably knew that. They probably knew I had energy, which is why they insta-swapped, and I went into... let's see if I can actually get to the Rock Slide. I do. Okay. Maybe Superpower would have been enough there, but that would have been a risky play. And that is a GG. Very interesting battle, again, because I don't know why they switched out of Groudon Zekrom lead. They win in the two shield, but it does put them in a weird position where Mewtwo can come in, farm down, so maybe they knew about that. So here we have a Dialga lead, which I instantly switch into Mewtwo. The funny part here is that every time I go for straight Shadow Ball, they always shield it on Altered. On Altered, I used to go straight Shadow Ball, but it doesn't actually really matter. Psy Strike is actually good enough because 2 Psy Strikes with the Psycho Cuts, well, it's not enough like it is on the Origin form, where 2 Psy Strikes take out the Origin form. Here, it takes like a few more Psycho Cuts. So that's why it's good to land the Shadow Ball, but they usually always shield it. Now I don't go for it right away, and then now they don't shield it. So it's just how it goes. So here we have a Kyogre. I'm going to probably build up to 2, which I did. I'm going to throw the Rock Slide. After 2 charge moves, the switch timer is almost up, so it's up now. Let's see if they decide to... they side swap back into Giratina. I'm going to land, hopefully, this Psy Strike will take it out. If I get the last shield, I can probably just come in with Zekrom and farm down. Let's see what they decide to do. They decide to shield. They will outpace me at this point, which is fine, because now I can come in with Zekrom and aggressively farm down this Giratina. But they decide to switch into their Dialga, and I instantly swap into my Melmetal. Could have farmed a little bit more, but that weird glitch kind of, I don't know if you saw the visual glitch, kind of forced me to throw my energy immediately. I could have definitely farmed up a little bit more as they were switch locked, which is fine. which would have also been better because it would have gave Giratina less farm. But I do land this Rock Slide, which actually is pretty nice. A little chip damage and stalls the clock a little bit, enough for me to leave. At this point, the game's over. There is no move that Giratina has, unless it has. Oh wait, I forgot about Kyogre. Let's land the crunch on it. Actually, should have probably gone for Wild Charge there, not crunch. But yeah, definitely should have gone for Wild Charge, right? Chingy, he agrees. It would have definitely debuffed me, but yeah, it was a risky play because I don't know if Crunch doesn't do anywhere near as much. Wild Charge actually one-shots the Kyogre with just a few of the Dragon Breaths um, already chipping it down. So they switch out immediately out of the Melmetal, which is nice because now I catch the Dialga. I mean, that's one of Melmetal's purposes on my team is just to catch the Dialga save swap, which is a very common save swap when it's not in the lead. When it is in the lead, people usually save swap Origin form Giratina. But as you can see, the swap timer is out right away, so luckily I don't throw the superpower. So the way I play it now is I'll try to CMP tie it on the second move, and if I don't CMP tie, I will just farm a little bit because I will anticipate their swap. They go for Dragon Pulse, as you can see there. That was pretty interesting. Good thing I didn't let that go through. I don't know if Dragon Pulse would take out the Zekrom, but definitely the hardest hitting move that Giratina has against Zekrom. And not many people running Dragon Pulse, but because there's a lot more Snorlax roaming around the Master League, you'll see some Giratinas that are running Dragon Pulse for that Snorlax matchup, which I'm actually interested to see now, because now you won't be like completely walled by Snorlax, even if you don't have Dragon Pulse, because you can switch out faster. I go into Mewtwo here. I'm going to land this Side Strike. It's not going to be enough to KO the Dialga. And I get one extra Psycho Cut here. This is just an Iron Head, so it's not... Oh, that... Okay, way off on how much energy this Dialga had. Definitely a Draco. I don't maybe win this match, because it looks like... Well, no, we still have Melmetal, so let's see. No, that was it. That was good. All right, gotta pay more attention to the battles here. I got Draco'd on my Mewtwo. Maybe they should have farmed a little bit more. We'll see. Okay, a Ho-Oh lead. There's some Ho-Ohs in his house. Is that what you said? There's some... what am I saying? So Ho-Oh backs out, which is good. And I get Shadow Ball to the face because I didn't catch it correctly, so that was bad. At this point, I'm like thinking this game's over. The Crunch will take out the Mewtwo, but they decide to shield, which is nice, because now I can shield and start Dragon Breathing down and build up some energy on Zekrom. I gotta recover from this really horrible position I'm in. Or I pretty much just sacked my Mewtwo for energy. Okay, they switch into Dialga, which kind of, I think that was what saved the game for me, because they gave up Switch. And again, with the 30-second Switch timer, I throw my energy, then I try to CMP on the next move, because they're going to throw now. If the CMP does lock in, that is great. If it doesn't lock in, I'm just going to tap and try not to throw, because they'll end up catching a superpower on whatever they want, like Mewtwo or even Ho. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it wasn't a CMP tie. Sometimes it locks in, sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, I make sure not to throw immediately, because the Switch timer will be up by then. So I throw a Wild Charge. One more Wild Charge should be enough to take out this Ho. Let's see. It is. And with the last remaining Dragon Breaths, I can take down the Mewtwo. Zekrom coming in clutch there and saving the day after a horrible play on my part. Well, I don't know. It kind of worked out. I don't know what the outcome of the game would have been if I would have caught the Side Strike and prolonged that Mewtwo matchup. Getting that Zekrom energy actually came in handy. So Mewtwo leads are tricky because it does outpace Zekrom, and a Side Strike does a ton of energy. I've never gotten to the two shield because usually one of us will swap out. I usually try to catch the Side Strike on my Mewtwo, the second one. So again, I'm going to throw the superpower, and I'm going to try to CMP tie the Dialga here. As you can see, I clicked. But then after that, I don't double click again. I just tap in the middle to hopefully, if the... Oh, you see, that was one of the reasons why I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing there. Because it locked me in. It didn't lock it didn't count as a CMP tie, so they were able to swap. So I should have definitely not been clicking the superpower at that point. Click in the middle of the screen, and if it doesn't register, then that's fine. So that was a mistake on my part. And that's something new that comes with this 30-second switch timer, because usually the timer will not be off by then, so I can still throw my back-to-back superpowers, sometimes farm up a little bit more in between superpowers just to not be completely debuffed. So I think I lose this game. I get incinerated down by Ho. And this is he's gonna get to a move. He is at a move now. I'm hoping that I can maybe catch a Brave Bird on my Zekrom, but the switch timer is not off. So that was a CMP tie. This is gonna be a Brave Bird. It's gonna do a ton of damage. I switch immediately. Okay, never mind. Zekrom coming through again. So nice finish there by Zekrom. Zekrom's actually coming very, very in handy with this 30-second switch timer. Again, the way this strategy of this team works is usually I'll lose the lead and try to get shields down. And then when shields are down, Zekrom is actually extremely powerful. Actually, it was a 5-0, as you can see, so I do go up a few points, 27-26. Then I did another set. I did get closer to expert, but I didn't. So then I'm going to show you the next set after that where I do hit expert. And I've actually gotten very close to being on the last page of the leaderboards. I think I'm like 10 points away. But the battles after this were just, it was like a lot of 3-2s. So again, here, I'm going to throw the superpower Dialga. I forgot what the lead was already because I wasn't paying attention. But again, hopefully we see MP tie here. I'm not going to press the button. As you can see, I'm tapping over superpower in case they try to switch. They didn't switch, so I'm going to throw the move. But the switch clock was up by then. And then I throw it back to back. So hopefully, it catches them off guard. And I get both shields here, which is actually really nice. Because now I can come in and farm down with Zekrom. Dragon Breath down all the way. Have some energy. Have 2 shields. For Excadrill, because Excadrill actually is kind of tough for my team to deal with. It is actually it might become more of a nuisance than Groudon, to be honest. The only good thing is that Melmetal can take it out if it lands a superpower, but it's just so spammy now with Mud Shot and Drill Run. Drill Run kind of one-shots my Zekrom. It doesn't one-shot Melmetal. But it's been a difficult Pokemon to deal with. And a lot of people are running it now in the Master League, which totally makes sense. Mewtwo will outpace it, but I'm not sure how much energy it has anymore. Let's see. Do they have enough to get to another Johto? No. So obviously Mewtwo wins CMP tie over everything unless I go against another Mewtwo because mine has 14 attack. So usually I'll lose CMP to other Mewtwo's, but that was a GG. So what do you think about Excadrill, Chingy? It's super annoying, huh? Yep. But at least Excadrill is an easy Pokemon to come by. I mean, most people have access to it because it's Dropers are everywhere. So I kind of like that. And they've made it extremely viable with this new Mudshot. So this is a great lead, Giratina lead. But again, with the 30-second switch timer, winning lead is not that important anymore. I do a very slow switch into Melmetal, into Mewtwo against Snorlax. So I'm not 100% sure what I was going to try and do. Or maybe it just took me a minute to figure out like what would be a better counter. Definitely Mewtwo's a better counter because even though I'm taking super effective from the licks, I can survive Body Slam. And then if they were running Superpower, they're not going to throw a Superpower. And they're running Earthquake, they're probably not going to build up to Earthquake either. Where Melmetal could be surprised with a Superpower or Earthquake. I switch back into my Zekrom. Because I think at that point, they're not going to have enough energy to get to Earthquake. As you can see, I'm at like 150 energy at that point. I just was waiting for them to throw. I'm not going to throw first because I have to throw 2 back-to-back wall charge. I'm going to debuff myself. Um, but at this point, the switch timer's up, and I see it, and I know they're going to try to catch, so I switch into my Melmetal immediately. So I banked a move on Zekrom, and they do have Earthquake. But now I can farm up a lot because they don't have enough energy to get to another Earthquake, and now this is only a Body Slam, which is not going to be enough to take out Melmetal. So I aggressive farm down there on Snorlax. I'm going to go for 2 Rock Slides back to back. Maybe switch into Zekrom and throw a Crunch immediately if possible. Catch it. Yep. Win CMP tie. So this is a lot of switching on this match, as you can see, back to back to back. I do have a shield, so I can stall the clock a little bit longer. This won't take me out, but I decide to shield it. I'm gonna stall. I decided to go straight for the wall charge here. Maybe I'll switch now to take off my debuff. And I don't know if I decided not to throw on purpose or if they want CMP. I don't remember. But I could have definitely, I did want to, it also worked out either way, right? Because I could easily come in and Psycho Cut down with my Mewtwo. And this gets a little bit too close than it needed to be. A little bit of lag there at the end, which is super effective against my Zekrom, but I was able to take that out. So let's go into the next battle here. Again, winning the lead is not as important. So Zekrom mirror, and I play this horribly. I switch it to Mewtwo, and that's not the way I should have played it. I definitely should stay in the Zekrom mirror match, but it's tricky because I will win CMP as mine's a hundo and it's best buddy boosted. But then you kind of end up sacking your Zekroms, and then you won't have a Zekrom left at the end. So it's kind of a trade-off. But in retrospect, I should have definitely just stayed in, and at least for the first move, because I would have won CMP to Crunch, and then maybe try to catch on Melmetal. And I do have a Excadrill in the back, which is horrible. So this game actually is pretty much over because I gave up Switch there. Because I didn't want to lose my Zekrom, because it ends up being a tie if we take it to the 2 shield. Or the even shield scenario, so yeah, which maybe could have been better. I could have maybe lined up, I don't know, Mewtwo and Melmetal are not a great core, so it's kind of hard to lose your Zekrom early on, unless you go out with a shield advantage or something. So at this point, this game is over. I should probably just quit, as he still has a shield and a fully healthy Zekrom. Decide to stay in. Out of stubbornness, because why didn't I just quit? Save time. These battles are already long as it is. Why waste more time? Okay, just quit. Oh my god, so annoying. Okay, is this for science? And I just want to see how much a wild charge does to a 20 HP Melmetal. It definitely takes me out. All right, Chingy, that was hard to watch, as I was stubbornly deciding to stay there. Just take the loss. Played it really bad in that matchup there. Melmetal lead again. This isn't bad. Zekrom does win, but you end up sometimes going down a shield. I play it very different than the simulation. The simulations just tell you to go straight Crunch. I actually just keep taking Rock Slides, and I'll build up to 100 energy, and I'll shield 1 Rock Slide and then go back to back, and then see how they decide to play it. From this point, 1 Wild Charge puts it in farm down range. So it's kind of up to them if they want to shield or not shield. So if they do shield, I throw the other one back to back. If they don't shield, I will farm it down. Oh, they decide to give up Switch, and luckily I caught it because I was very close to getting Dragon Breath down. They're trying to snipe me there. So now I can lock this in. Again, throw Superpower, CMP tie on the second move. I clicked it. If it doesn't CMP tie, then don't throw right away, because by now the switch timer is up. As you can see, it's up already. It was a CMP tie. which allows me to throw the move, which kind of works out. And then here I don't throw immediately right away. They switch. We insta swap. I was gonna try to I don't know, outpace it with Mewtwo. Well, we both blindly swapped, or maybe not. I don't know. I have it on higher speed rate. Maybe I caught that they had switched. But Mewtwo outpaces Kyogre very well, so this is actually really nice situation because their Melmetal is pretty much dead. It's in Cycle Cut range, as in right there, which is kind of scary because if it did have a Rock Slide, that would have been bad. This is bad. Actually, this is really bad. I almost throw the game here. I have to Cycle Cut down this thing and then throw back-to-back Side Strikes. Luckily, Dialga doesn't have a move. They threw a Draco, so they're out of energy. I should have gone for Shadow Ball there. I think I panicked and threw the Side Strike. It's not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. And now I made it even more of a dangerously close matchup. Oh my god, that was terrible. All right, so definitely throw the Shadow Ball there because I was at 100 energy. If you are at 100 energy, you can throw a Side Strike and a Shadow Ball back to back on Mewtwo. Going against Evolution Chat. So let's see their lead. Their lead is Togekiss. Again, this is a bad lead, but that's okay. I switch into Mewtwo. Usually they'll stay in for a little bit. They're staying for a lot of it, right? So they're actually staying really long. So I'm like, maybe they don't have Giratina. Maybe they don't have Dialga. Why are they not switching? Which is fine because I just want to take its shield. Once shields are down, the Togekiss doesn't have a big threat to Zekrom, as Zekrom will one-shot it with Wild Charge. Now they switch, but by now the switch timer is up. So now they've locked themselves in with Dialga. So kind of worked out for me. And then that wouldn't have happened with the 60-second timer, as the Dialga would have farmed me down, had a lot of energy. I would have been able to counter switch. But I decided to shield this because I need to keep my Melmetal healthy to hopefully take out the Togekiss. And they don't decide to bring in the Togekiss right away, which is fine, because now I lured it back out. I will get to Wild Charge here. Do I shield this? It's just a Ancient Power. Or if it's a Flamethrower, it's not going to do much either, because they're all resisted. So I decided to let it go. It's just an Aerial Ace. And I have a little bit of health left to just kind of get a little bit of chip. Oh, I decided to switch out. Actually, this is actually pretty nice. Because the switch timer was up. Regular time, I would have probably gotten farmed down there, as my defense was already debuffed. So that's another part of the topic that people were talking about these debuff moves being OP now, because you're able to swap out a lot faster. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like the technically two of my Pokemon have these types of moves, and I've been using these since before the 30-second switch timer up. So it kind of works out even better now. I really like the switch timer. Kind of hope they do keep it like this eventually. I think it makes games a lot more fun. Even though it's more fast-paced, the games are still almost just as long, but it's just a lot of fun there. So we end up on a 4-1 right before we're about to hit Expert. I don't know why I decided to check IVs. Just click the thing. There it is, Expert rank. I'm in the 28 40s or something now. So anyways, hope you like that video. Let me know what you think of the switch timer. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Say hi. Say hi to Chingy. And I'll see you next time.